Hello everybody, welcome back to Senox U. I'm Curt Dyer. Today we're here to talk to you about how to hook a trailer up properly at Senox. Now there's a few things you need to be real concerned about when you're doing this. One, we want to make sure our receiver matches our ball on our hitch. So this is a 2-inch receiver and it's stamped here on the tongue, and you'll find that generally on all trailers it'll be stamped somewhere what size the receiver actually is. And on the ball it's stamped 2-inch, so I know I've got the right combination there. The second thing you've got to be mindful is the actual hitch receiver itself. Now the receivers that you go buy at your Home Depot, your Lowe's, or your local Walmart are generally only going to be rated for 7,500 pounds. The trailers we have here at Senox have 5,000 pound axles in them, which means they're 10,000 pound capacity. So we need to make sure our receiver is rated for at least 10,000 pounds. One of the easiest ways I've found to do that is if the receiver's hollow, it's not strong enough. It needs to be a solid chunk of steel. So we need to make sure we have the right receiver on here along with the correct ball for the trailer that we're pulling. Okay, so when it comes to hooking them up, it's a pretty simple deal, but we need to make sure of a couple of things. One, that our receiver has the correct drop on it so that our trailer's not too low on the nose where it hooks up to the truck, and it's not too high. We want to be almost level. That makes for an easy, smooth towing process. So now it's time for us to actually hook this trailer up to the truck. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to start by just lowering the trailer down onto the ball. So let's go ahead and start there, and then we'll go through all the steps. So we want to go up, make sure we always crank the dolly all the way up, even though we've got the trailer off the ground. We need to get this all the way up. Then we need to go ahead and pull this pin and raise this all the way up, so when we're going over curbs or up in parking lots, we're not dragging this and bending it or breaking it. Make sure we get our clip in it, or pin in it that holds it in place. Now we want to make sure we always use our safety pin here. This will keep the trailer from coming unhooked from the ball in case there's something that happens and it vibrates. This will make sure it stays on there. So you always want one of these. If you don't have one of these, do not pull out of the parking lot. That's a very important safety feature. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hook our chains up. Now you need to pay attention to your chains. When your chains start getting drag marks on them from you dragging them, you need to either find a way to shorten your chains by twisting them before you hook them up, or they need to be replaced. These are very inexpensive and they're easy to replace, so we always want to make sure we've got the proper chains on the trailers. So we're going to go ahead and hook these up. We always want to cross our chains when we're hooking them up. So we got that one on there. We got that one on there. So those are secure. So we've only got a couple of things left to do on this. We want to hook up our trailer lights and we want to hook up our emergency brake, okay? So we'll go ahead and do that and hook the lights up first. These will only go in one direction, and any of you guys that have done this will realize that. Once we get it in there, when we put it in, we're good there. Now, on our trailer brakes, we don't want to ever tie it to the hinge. We don't want to tie it here. We need to hook in to the truck itself. So I've always found the easiest way to do that is actually pull the brake out, and if you go through and then just kind of loop it. Then if you've got too much slack and you're worried about that, wrap it around your something, either your power cord or something, and there you go. So now if something happens, this all comes loose and somehow something fails, it breaks, trailer breaks in half. If the trailer's out there free, the chains don't hold it, we'll engage the emergency brakes and hopefully we won't hurt anybody. So that's the basics of hooking it up. Now one thing you need to remember, whenever you're pulling a trailer, it is your responsibility. The trailer's loaded properly, that everything on the trailer is working properly. We've got to be safe out there. We carry a lot of weight and we certainly don't want to injure anybody. Thanks for your time.